Paraget Pashut Daf Kuf Samach Gimel, sponsored L'Fua Shlema for Hadassah Bas Miriam. The Gemara begins with a question. Does the two-line space between the end of the text and the witnesses' signatures include the blank spaces between the lines? The Gemara answers, without the blank spaces, a forgery would be detectable, either because the forger would have to write smaller than the rest of the document, or write regular-sized letters and not use the spaces in between, both raising the court's suspicions. The Gemara states the two-line disqualification follows the signatures of the witnesses and not the more professional-sized handwriting of the scribe. The reason? Any forgery is done by the holder. A scribe would not jeopardize his career. Therefore, if it is only the width of a scribe's handwriting, the document is valid. The Gemara brings different opinions defining the exact amount of space that disqualifies the document. Number one, Rav Yitzchak ben Elazar holds enough space to write l'cha, one on top of the other. Space above the first line, preventing a lamed from extending into the line above, and a space below the second line, preventing a kaf sofis extending into the signatures below, altogether 4 blank spaces. Number two, Rav Chia bar Ami holds a forger is confident he can prevent the letters lamed v'chaf overlapping. Therefore, 3 blank spaces suffice. Number three, Rabbi Avo holds 2 blank spaces, one above the first line to accommodate the writing of a lamed, and one below the second line to accommodate the extension of the kaf sofis. The Gemara brings a dispute between Rav and Rabbi Yochanan whether forgery is more of a concern between the end of the text and its signatures, or between its signatures and the certification. Rav holds he is allowed more space between its signatures and the certification. The reason? The scribe can blot out the space between the signatures and the certification with ink, whereas above the signatures, ignorant witnesses may have testified only the space blotted was initially blank, not concealing any of the document. Their testimony did not pertain to the rest of the document. This is not a concern for the judge's certification. Their testimony would attest to the whole document. A question. Is there no concern the holder will cut off the text with its witnesses, write a new document in the blank space, and forge witnesses? Rav holds a document erased once is valid. The answer. Rav holds a rewritten erased document cannot be validated by its certification, only by recertifying its witnesses. Rabbi Yochanan holds the 2-line invalidation applies only to the space above the signatures, but the space below 1 line disqualifies. The reason? He holds that if he cuts off the upper portion of the document, writes a document with text and witnesses on 1 line, it is valid. It is not subject to the rule the last line of text cannot contain new information. However, before the signature would be subject to this rule. Even if the holder would forge witnesses on the same line as the text, claiming those below are additional witnesses, the document could be certified only by the witnesses on the same line as the text. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you.